Family buys an old bowl at a yard sale. 6 years later, they notice strange markings. Whoa, that's a gorgeous ceramic bowl. That'll fit perfectly in my kitchen, you think to yourself as you peruse a yard sale that your neighbor is holding. You purchase it for next to nothing, thinking it's simply an inexpensive new addition to your home. Or is it? When one New York family was sifting through all the no longer wanted items at a big garage sale, they found several pieces for their kitchen, one being a small, unassuming white ceramic bowl. For years it remained relatively untouched until a previously unseen name on the bottom indicated it could be worth a small fortune. If you're the kind of person who loves bargain shopping, few events get you more excited than a big yard sale. One person's junk could potentially be your treasure, and one New York family discovered this for themselves. While visiting a neighborhood garage sale in 2007, the family, who wished to remain anonymous, picked out several porcelain and ceramic bowls, as well as plates to add to their kitchen. Most were basic white dishes, but there was one that stood out. One of the small dishes had a unique floral pattern on the inside and outside that the others were lacking. They thought it might be a nice decorative piece for their mantel. Little did they know, it was worth millions. The family placed the bowl on a kitchen shelf, thinking nothing of it. It was just a bowl. For 6 years, it was just an aesthetically pleasing part of the kitchen that sometimes held spaghetti, until a small detail piqued their interest. They couldn't help but think the floral engravings might indicate the bowl was worth more than a measly $3 that they paid for it. After speaking with experts, they were advised to bring the bowl to Sotheby's. Sotheby's is one of the most prestigious auction houses in the world, and the auctioneers who work with them are truly experts in their fields. The bowl immediately garnered massive attention when the family brought it in. Not only did the experts at Sotheby's tell them that the bowl would likely sell for a lot of money, but the porcelain was also nearly 1,000 years old. The family was stunned beyond belief. The bowl apparently was crafted around the 10th or 11th century during the reign of the Northern Song dynasty. Its official name was a ding bowl, and this piece was as rare could get. The name Ding referred to the county of Ding in China's Hebei province that housed all the kilns used to craft them. As the family learned more, they realized they owned one of only 2 remaining bowls on the planet. The only other one known by experts was on display inside the British Museum. Can you believe the second was lying on a table next to someone else's yard sale junk? The Ding bowl in the British Museum had been on display for over 60 years, and it was left to the museum by Henry J. Oppenheim, a famous collector. An author named Rose Kerr had an interesting theory about these pieces that only drove the value up. Because only a handful of Chinese during the Song dynasty were able to live inside the palaces, these bowls were made to mimic the ornate gold wares royalty used. Curious buyers considered this when they started letting their bids fly. During the anticipated auction, the family was in a surreal state of shock about everything that went down. Would they really walk out with several $100,000? They held their breath, and then the bidding went out of control. A London art dealer named Giuseppe Eskenazi stepped up to the plate and blew everyone else's bid out of the water. The guy proudly offered $2.2 million for the bowl. A silence fell over the auction house. Could anyone outbid him? Eskenazi was, after all, no stranger to forking over a boatload of cash for ancient relics. 8 years prior to bidding the Song Dynasty bowl, he spent just over $23 million for a rare 14th century glass jar. If he wanted something, he would have it. With a $2.3 million bid, Eskenazi won the bowl. The proud new owner told CNN reporter Richard Roth, "There's only one other. It's also in perfect condition, considering its past history. It's a miracle." Others share his enthusiasm. The auctioneer in charge of the sale, Henry Howard Sneed, weighed in on the historic event. "The moment the box lid was opened, I knew that I was looking at something completely special. Still, the buyer had questions." That only 2 of these survived 1,000 years in perfect condition was almost unfathomable. So how did this particular bowl end up at an American yard sale? The answers weren't clear. The New York family only knew it came from a garage sale, and that the previous owners of the bull were surely kicking themselves. Still, they knew there were ways to track down an item's history.